It is Wednesday, January 4th, and the time is 4:19 p.m. And here is a review of my day. Starting off with the 10-year. We had a decent setup in here that would have worked out okay, but didn't quite get high enough. We got into this spot in here, and I put in a bid to buy at the bid. And when I say I'm basically selling here, which means I'm buying the 10-year. The 10-year doesn't have enough data, so it doesn't register, so it will be basically buying in here. I had put in a bid buy that never got filled and just kind of left without me. And the reason I'm not trading the ZN is because my account size is not big enough to trade this contract. So I use the 10-year to kind of do a micro trade of the 10-year. So a short in here, which would have triggered as we touch the line, would be a long in here. But with that said, the trade didn't happen. Oil had looked good all through the day, and I was very close to pulling the trigger on buying, and I didn't a few times. It passed through first support and is going toward the second support. I thought maybe I'll buy somewhere in here and add to it if it reaches S2, but didn't really quite. I had other trades going on, and it would have been kind of too many contracts going at the same time. So decided against it at the end of the day. But if it does reach 72, I would buy one for sure. Did try to go with gold. It had again, I missed it twice in here for really good setups, and I said I don't want to miss it. This was overnight. This is 1 o'clock in the morning, U.S. Central Time Zone. And right around when I got up here in the morning, I decided to go ahead and take this short. It moved up against me immediately. Then it just didn't do much of anything. It just stayed back and forth, and it seemed that this resistant line now turned into a support, and decent support, because it had held once, twice, 3 times and broke it. Now it's going to test it. So I tested it a couple of times, once, twice, 3 times. Right around here, I decided to go ahead and take a little gain that I had in the gold, because it seems like this will hold and moving up to R2. So I decided to bail with a small gain. MES or the ES did not have anything. MNQ, I didn't have anything in here, but I have a new setup that I'll discuss, which allows me to do day trades on the MNQ or the NQ. And I'll show that here at the end of the video. Nothing set up on the M2K and the MYM. Nothing in here. 6A, 6E. Nothing for the 6B. Nothing here today. Nothing for the Canadian. We're getting close to a short in here, but not quite there. Bitcoin is moving around a bit. I did have a trade long on the corn. I'm showing the data on the big corn contract, but I'm trading the mini corn contract. So I'm long corn in here, and it's down some, but not much. And I did take the same one with the wheat as well. We had a big move down. It seems to be holding, so I'm long wheat as well. And nothing set up quite yet on this soy. See what happened overnight. Quite a lot of trades on the Forex, and I'm holding many still with all the news of the Fed minutes. This I had missed. I didn't take this one. Got up and it was already moving down, so I decided that I missed it already, so I left it alone. It would have worked out really good. I should have picked it up in here as it moved up. Would have been a nice short. And I took other ones instead that didn't do as well. AUD-CHF was already up above R1 when I saw it in the morning, but I took it in here and it moved up, then I moved back up. Now it's up, but it's not by much. Then $3 didn't quite get high enough to sell. I stayed out of this one. I think I got bad data on this one, and my levels are just not showing correctly, so I'm probably not trading that for a month or so until the data corrects. AUD, JPY, I'm short in here. It moved up against me. Not much enough to add to it in here, but I'm holding. It started to move a bit, but the news came in with the Fed minutes and it's back up again. CAD, I took it short in the morning in here and added to it at R2, and it's at a draw now. I'm still holding the position. The same thing with the CAD Swiss short. Did not add to it yet. I think I have too many orders already, so I may skip that today or tomorrow. This trade was closed. I'd been long. I'd missed it in here, then I took it long in here, moved out a bit, then I took my profit in at the 149.93 overnight. This was just taken earlier today, moved up to R1. I'm short, still at break even. Pound Swiss, nothing, just had a missed trade earlier this week. Pound is nothing. I'm long in here and I'm holding it. I'm long Euro AUD. It's in between S1 and S2, and it's moving around. It's up slightly, but not much. Euro Swiss is nothing. Euro CAD, I am long in here. I'd missed it in here. Then when I miss it again, I took a long, and it's against me. I have not added to it. I don't think I will again, but I'm holding it at a draw. Stop will be somewhere down here. Euro New Zealand, nothing. This one, too bad that I didn't get filled. I saw it in here when I came into it in the morning. By the time I put the order, it was already moving up. I put the limit in here, never got filled, and there would have been a nice target for 139.42, about 100 pip or so. Didn't take Euro Pound, and this one got closed. I was long on the Euro USD, and I took my profit in here down at this level for a small gain. This one didn't get filled. Again, came into it. It was already moving up. I thought it would come back and retest. It never did and just moved up nicely. It would have been a great gain, and missed out on this trade as well. Nothing. I didn't take anything in here. I missed it in earlier and decided to stay away from it. I had too many positions open. Nothing on the New Zealand. I did take a short last night in here as the Swiss was coming down, and I took my profit up at this level in here for a nice gain. And nothing for the CAD, and I did take a short on the yen that I'm holding with a small loss, I think. Those are the closed trades that I have had for the Forex this morning and last night, and I still have quite a few trades. As I close them, I'll post those in. Now for the day trading, I have. It seems like when you look at the indices, it seems like I'm not getting that many trades, but the volatility in the past was really high, and this is based on a year's worth of volatility, and now it's not as high. I'm missing out a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of trades in here that can be taken, so I made a small change with my setup, and instead of going off the hourly chart, I went ahead and did the 1 minute, and using a month's worth of data on the hourly statistical analysis, and was able to take a few trades there, and I'll show those here in a minute. So it's the same setup basically. It's and yeah, I started doing this in here. So basically the green lines is when you buy, and with this one, because it's a the NQ, which is very volatile, and it is on a 1 minute chart, I'm skipping the S1 and R1. I'm taking the S2 and R2, the extremes. And I think I started doing this in around here, yeah, around this time, about 1 o'clock or so. So it started off in here, and every 2 hours it resets and we get a new range that I trade. And it was right after the news. See, I thought I took some in the morning. Yeah, I did take some. Yeah, I did. I started in the morning, and I'll just go through the trade. I started and stopped, then got back into it after the news. So starting in the morning, looking in here, we had moved up to S2, took a long, and it worked out really nice. I took profit in here. It's a bit early, and I'm exploring this setup, not really sure where the profit targets are, as I'll just do it live and be able to. But it's it was a decent profit in here. So I went long and covered in here, left a little bit on the table, but it was a good trade. Moved up, moved down again, and this would have been a good trade as well. But like I said, I just started doing this morning, and I'm doing it with live money immediately. So I just wanted to be a bit cautious, and I'm trading small still. So this would have worked out okay. Then we reset over here and we go down. I went ahead and took another long in here, and this did take a lot of heat in here. This plus more, this profit plus more. But it went down again, and it's a bit extreme. It's way past S2, so I added to it, and it moved up, and I took profit. I can't remember. I think I took profit on both here. I don't remember. I didn't basically tag all of them. Then we kept going, and we reset again. We have a new range. I didn't take it in here. This move, there was some news in this bar that it looked like it may continue, and it continued, and I'm glad I didn't take it in here. But right up here, when we started to consolidate, I went ahead and took a short because we passed R2. But this is my target in here, would have been this high in here, but I ended up, that is a new range setting up within a few minutes, so I ended up taking a small target in here. Then we continued on, nothing set up here, and nothing. Then a news was coming out in here, so I didn't take anything. Then the news finally did show up, and we moved up. News came in as we have a new range coming up, so we moved up. Didn't get quite high enough to get the R2 in here, but it would have been a decent trade if it gone up a couple of ticks, and it moved way down. Then I took the long in here, and that's a scary long to take with the news, not knowing how much market's going to react. But it moved up immediately, and I covered in here. Then nothing. Then over here I took another long. And again, you're looking at this bar, you're thinking this thing is just going to completely collapse, but it really doesn't. It's just the same thing as the other setup. So I took long, took some heat, then I covered in here on both of them. On this level right over here, I kept it. So now I took this one, covered, took another one, and covered over here. Then we have a new range setting up, and no rotations coming in. We moved up to S2, and this one worked out really nice. I'm taking profit in here. So and then after that, nothing was setting up. So it ended up being a decent day, and here are the P&L for the MNQ. Was doing 2 lots, and I did the MES the same way as well. I just didn't have the chart. I had it on a different screen. And Apple, I forgot to show Apple. So I did, and this is the gold trade that I had earlier. With Apple, what I did is we had the move down to here, and I went ahead and bought a sold a vertical put spread in here, and as it moved up to here, it was for 50 cents, ended up selling it for $1.20 or something like that, for $120 gain. So it was a nice trade. So I may be doing more of that as well, and I'm going to do this with Tesla and some other ones as well. So it was a good day, and we'll do this again tomorrow.